Welcome to the Heart of Giving. We're glad that you joined us again for another day of finding about wonderful groups in the community that are making our lives easier, enhance our lives more pleasant. Today is one that really fits that bill, and that is the Partners of Parks. And it's Drew Satorino. Did I do it right?
Yes.
I got it right?
You did.
Okay. And Trish Schoonmaker. Maker. Almost.
Almost.
Okay, that's all right. Anyway, we're delighted that you're both here, and this is President, and you've been with this group for many, many years. I know because I think you were with Parks and Recreation for a while too, weren't you?
Well, you put me on the Parks and Recreation Commission in 2002, and from there I watched Partners of Parks, which is going to celebrate its 30th anniversary next year, kind of go through peaks and valleys. And when I came off the commission in 2012, I asked if I could get more involved, and I've been involved now for 5 years, and kind of feel like we're carrying the torch forward for the original founders, which were Beant Nora, Betty Davenport, and Bob Lamar.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you know, and I recognize those names too, my goodness. But you know, we have a Park and Recreation for the city of Long Beach that I think is excellent, and they do so many things, but I know that's one of the things they start talking about when they have to cut back. You know, they can't cut back on police, and they can't cut back on fire, and so they look at the things like libraries and parks, which I think are so important for our community. And Partners of Parks started because there were so many things that the Parks and Recreations either couldn't afford, and maybe now even more so, or didn't have staff to do. So what is the Partner of Parks?
Well, Partners of Parks is a nonprofit 501c3 foundation. We raise money, and have always raised money, as you said, from residents and from the corporate sector to try to offset shortfalls in the Parks and Recreation budget. But today, with all the budget cuts and the balancing of the budget and pension requirements, there's even a huger need for us to raise money, to add programming, seniors issues. The need is great.
Okay, well, I'll say like what?
Well,
I mean, you've got so many programs, you probably can't remember them all. But what are you adding to what the Parks and Recreation are required to do?
well, there's a lot of programming that I don't think the residents realize have been cut out of the budget over the last few years. And that needs to be restored. So Parks and Rec will come to us with some needs at the beginning of the year, and we'll try to raise money to provide the money to put those things back. Because you'd agree, and I think most residents agree, there are core products that a Parks and Recreation Department puts out that public safety, budget cuts or not, has still got to be there for quality of life in our city.
Give us some examples.
Well, the municipal band, for example, I think that's near and dear to all of our hearts.
Oh, I love the municipal band.
Their budget was cut in 2010. I think we all understand why. But then it became incumbent on the band, who really only plays music, to raise money to keep this 105-year-old band around. So Partners of Parks came up and offered to help, and we've been doing that ever since. So we feel really good about what we've done for the municipal band, and we're set to help them with their funding for 2015. That's probably the biggest thing we're working on now.
Absolutely. I mean, how many cities in the United States of our size has a municipal band that plays in the parks all summer?
Our research says that there are no other cities in the United States that have a 105-year-old municipal band.
Especially a 105-year-old municipal band.
And we need to raise $165,000 every calendar year for the 5-week concert series that everybody enjoys.
Oh, I mean, thousands and thousands. Every place you go where they're playing, children are running there, they're eating, people are eating, they've got their blankets out. It's something that brings people together that just they enjoy so much. Okay, that's a good one to start with, you know. But you have other programs that would probably not be there because if it weren't for you.
Well, one I think that you'd really like is our community assistance program. Simply put, just envision a mom coming up to the reservation desk at Parks and Recreation, and she wants to enroll her kids in 3 contract classes. They're $75 each. She could only afford one of them, but she's got 3 kids. It's at that point that Partners of Parks can provide a $75 stipend to take care of those other 2 kids. They only have to prove that they are definitely you know, a little bit light on income, and we take a look at tax returns, and it's really quick to do, and we determine that they need our help, and so we go ahead and give them a scholarship for those 2 contract classes.
And there are other activities also. Don't you have this help with the seniors?
We do help with the seniors, but I think another thing we're extremely proud of, and Trina, the president of our board of directors, had a big part to play in this, was, you recall, universally accessible playground equipment, which at one point was $1.5 million for a really nice jungle gym that was, you know, universally accessible, so kids in wheelchairs can access it. Well, we just did one at 14th Street Park, which was only $97,000. Partners of Parks accepted that from a vendor at the port, and then we were able to give that back to the department, and the department put the playground equipment in. And we did the same thing over at DeForest with futsal courts. Futsal is the hot new item that kids do.
Say it again.
Futsal.
How you spell it?
F-U-T-S-O-L, futsal.
What's futsal?
Well, it's like a soccer game, but there's walls around the court that the ball can bounce off of.
I see.
But again,
I
the
see.
department
I've seen
could
it.
not
I didn't know
afford
what it was called.
that court, and that was a $12,000 item. But you know, the money's got to come from somewhere. Fortunately, the residents in the city of Long Beach step up when they're asked, and Partners of Parks is the facilitator to take that money, which, as you know, the city can't take
That's right.
directly.
That's
It
right.
comes through our nonprofit, and then we're able, working closely with the department, to
wonderful.
distribute that money.
That's wonderful. And Trina, what do you do as president?
I get very involved in the fundraising. I helped get silent auction prizes. I helped determine where we would have the venue that would allow us to raise the most amount
And you
of
have
money.
a board,
We have a very good board, yes. Very
and
community.
you're the president of the board,
And the cheerleader, yeah.
and the cheerleader.
You
That's
started to say
good. And the you meet all the time, and
We just had our strategic retreat, in fact, this month, just a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about what we need to do going forward and developing materials for the donors so they understand the mission and what we do.
and in the other projects, do you have special projects? Anything for some parks that you don't have at other parks?
Well, definitely. You know, there's 162 parks in Long Beach. There's 26 rec centers. They
I
all
just
have.
love that.
They
I
have,
do. You know, I really am proud of Long Beach for maintaining that as best they can, and because of what you're
Well,
doing.
you should be proud of it, because during your administration, more parks were open than in any other time in the Long Beach
Oh,
history.
I didn't know that.
And if you recall, and our previous director, Phil Hester, was very good at finding little pockets in built-out
Yes.
areas.
Yes.
And you know, you can raise 4 blighted houses and immediately put in what we used
Pocket
to call
park.
a little pocket park. And we've won awards for doing that. But we meet quarterly, as a normal nonprofit does. Trina's been on our board for 7 years now. The board is comprised strictly of Long Beach residents, people that want to give back, and then people understand a very simple formula. We take money from the outside and we get it back to the Parks and Rec Department. And it's not just exclusively the Parks and Rec Department, although it's probably 90% of what we do, but anything that helps quality of life or helps green the city that we feel is a good cause, our board will get behind. And that's basically our mission.
Well, you have so many projects. You know, I was doing a little background reading on it, and I can't even remember what they were. But I know that it isn't just the same thing every year. That something might come up next year that you haven't even heard of before, that you have a need for. Do you have any examples of that?
Well, a neat project that we just jumped on about 30 days ago, because one thing is we try to be proactive, but we're very reactionary. So things happen, things pop up. But Lori down at the Belmont Plaza Pool, which, as you know, is in a state of flux right
Oh,
now,
my.
came to me and she said, it's really important that we give underprivileged kids swim lessons and their parents can't afford it. And actually, you remember Tom Shadden with the Aquatic Capital of America, one of their initiatives is to have every kid in Long Beach be water safe because we're the Aquatic Capital of America. Well, we got a grant from USA Swimming that came directly to Partners at Parks. That check went to Lori, and now she'll cover staff costs during the Christmas holiday, just in 2 weeks from now, giving underprivileged kids at Belmont Plaza and Silverado swim lessons, which their parents could not afford.
The pool that they put in.
Yes, the temporary pool.
The temporary pool.
But you know, we've got 5 pools in Long Beach. We're short on water in the Aquatic Capital of America, but this was a real win for us because this came from USA Swimming in Boulder, Colorado. It was a grant for $5,000, and although that might not seem like a ton of money, that's going to go a long ways in giving kids that have probably never haven't been in a pool swim lessons. So to me, that's a great Christmas gift.
Absolutely.
And Partners loves to be in those deals.
Well, that's what I said. It's spontaneous. And it's seasonal in this case, and you were ready to do something about it. I love that. Do you have any more?
Well, I've got a ton of them. As you noted, you know, we do a lot of stuff, and they're not huge deals. But just a year and a half ago, we took a check for $1 million from Occidental Petroleum, gave that to Parks and Rec, and they've done their thing over at Chittick Field. Remember, that used to just be a dust bowl,
absolutely.
And when it rained, it was a mud bowl. And now it's probably the jewel in the 6th District's crown. And there's more money coming in to light it and to do all the things, because $1 million is a lot, but it doesn't go a long ways
when you're lighting a football field.
35 acres. But my phone rings off the hook of corporate entities wanting to do something, be a good guy, be a good neighbor, and we're there.
And see a need.
Yeah, and one of the things that I want to stress, and I know Trina would want to stress it as well, is we're fundraising 24/7. We can't do anything without money. I think a lot of people can say that, but in our case, we're better the more money that comes in, because we can put it in areas that I think most residents would agree that needs to be put there. So who knows what the future holds as far as projects and as far as good work, but I think we're excited about it.
That's wonderful. I love that. What a good story. And what a success that's been for the city of Long Beach. And you guys, thank you so much for the work that you do, and being the cheerleader and raising the funds, and you being the person that they talk on the phone to all the time. Congratulations to both of you, and thank you so much. It was great. It was great. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a long time.
No,
Our paths haven't gone together.
no.
I still want to know about your son that I saw as a little baby. So anyway.
Well, how is the yacht club membership working out? Did that work?
Oh,
out?
yes,
Okay,
that's fine.
Okay, because that was actually the last time we talked.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for watching, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. The next segment we have is a program in town that's probably one of my favorite places. I use them as a source of information about all kinds of things, and that's the Long Beach Seniors Center, of which I, of course, could be part of. But I have Eileen Ludham, who is the acting supervisor, and Barbara Loeffler.
Loeffler.
Say it again.
Loeffler.
Loeffler.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got an O in there.
The O is silent.
Okay. Anyway, who is a recreation specialist. So we have these 2 women who are going to just tell. I said I want you to talk the whole time, because the services they provide for seniors, I don't think everybody knows and understands, because I don't know everything. But I think you 2 do, because you work with seniors every day, and you know their needs, and and your program is just for that. So I'm delighted that you're here, Eileen. Tell us about what you do.
Well, it helps if you wear roller skates.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
And have a telephone in your ear.
and yes, and have
Okay.
a telephone attached to your ear. Always have a pen or pencil.
Okay.
So, but I mean, it's a large facility.
And
So,
it's on 4th and...
on 4th, near 4th and Orange. It's
Okay.
on 4th Street near Orange Avenue.
Yes.
And actually, we just celebrated our 36th birthday.
And it's part of the city.
Part of the City of Long Beach Department of Parks, Recreation,
Yes.
and Marine.
Yes.
And we are the place where fun begins.
fun and information.
And information.
Okay, for seniors.
For-
Okay, you know, when we were talking a little bit beforehand, I mean, you take care of recreational needs, of social needs, of physical needs, of tell us some of the
We try
programs. that-
to be a one-stop shop as much
Okay.
as we possibly
Let's start
can.
with a Monday and going through the week, like just activities, because people don't know this.
We have a laundry list of opportunities. We do fitness classes. We have a fitness room, and most of our programs, because being part of the City of Long Beach, we try to keep it where it's free of cost or nominal fee. Fitness room, and because of the fact that the City of Long Beach considers a senior 50 and up, most 50-year-olds are going, yeah, I don't want to be that, you know.
Well,
get
I
that
don't
part."
mind. I'm older than that.
Just 52. So, but we're from Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 p.m. And like I said, we go through fitness programs, classes, fitness room. We go through
Like classes on what?
classes on
Nutrition?
We do nutrition classes. We do a meditation and motion. We have a couple of volunteers that also teach classes for us. We do partner with the Arthritis Foundation and offer 2 Arthritis Foundation classes, but you do not have to have arthritis to participate in them. You just need to be 50 and over. So, so we have classes, and we also have our Bodyworks class, where it's sort of a strength training class, range of motion. We have a stretch and flex class to start the day to warm up the warm up the body and get going. And then, of course, we have our fitness room itself. We have a cafeteria.
Yeah,
That is part of us.
that's what I was going to say next. I think quite a few people don't know that.
Yeah.
What are the hours?
We have our Friendly Cup cafeteria. We are hidden gem, we call it. We are open. The cafeteria is open from 8 a.m. to about 2 o'clock, and does breakfast every day, Monday through Friday. Does breakfast until 10, and then after that, we'll do sandwiches, soups, cornbread, pies.
Nominal fee.
Nominal fee. And then on Wednesdays and Fridays, starting about 11:30, we have specials that we offer. And for a special, it could be a salad, an entree, vegetable, and so it could be less than $5. So for the entire meal. So, and we have actually for Thanksgiving, for holidays and such, our staff does real turkeys, not just the turkey breast and things like that. So, but we also have partner with the health department. Senior Links program is in the facility. We have a gift shop. We have a thrift shop as well, and so
Staffed by seniors.
staffed by seniors, volunteers.
Volunteers.
So, and then we also partner with the LA County Department of Social Services and Community Programs that it's called the Title V program for seniors that are in low economic bracket that also can get employment. So we have a lot of the seniors
And if seniors want to volunteer someplace, you have places that you can
we
find
have a whole bunch of places for
All
them
over the
to
building.
volunteer.
Our library, our thrift shop, we have some that are
Okay.
teaching classes.
Barbara, what's your day like?
I'm the coordinator of the Information Referral and Assistance Office. And the building, as Eileen described, is a recreation building, but my department is social service. So I have people who come in who have needs: food, clothing, transportation, housing, assistance with utilities. So I have a lot of people who come in who have a need and they need assistance in that. They're not participating in the jigsaw puzzles or the wood carving or all of the fun activities.
But in the services, are you the referral that you can find a place for them to get the answer, or do you give them the answers?
Both. We have an incredible amount of information there, and we refer out, or we have the answer there in the building.
Example of some questions.
Food. We We have a lot of food programs there, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have Food Finders. We have the Brown Bag Program. We have Orange County Food Bank. And in my department, I have an emergency food pantry, and it's stocked by the students out at CSULB because we have a partnership with the gerontology department.
Wonderful.
And they do food drives. And one of my volunteers actually teaches nutrition, and her students did drives for us. So we have a huge food pantry, but we also have referrals. 7 days of the week there's meals in the city of Long Beach. 7 days of the week there's food banks in the city of Long Beach. So this is
you could,
information we
like,
pass out.
You could refer them to Meals on Wheels.
That, yes.
We have also HSA, which is the Human Services Association that partners with the city. Not just at the Long Beach Senior Center, but they serve congregate meals, and not just, like I said, not just at the Senior Center, but also at the other, there are a couple other satellite sites that have senior programs.
Yeah, I'm going to come to that in just a minute.
But they
with the
also
other
do home
places.
delivered meals too.
Yeah. So food would be the first. What would be next?
Housing.
Housing.
And we get a lot of referrals from the city's gas company because they have utility programs that we fill out the forms at the senior center.
So you can help them fill out the forms they need, not just for gas, but for other things.
Right, right. We do form assistance.
Yeah,
But we
be-
do the city utility programs there also.
Because so many, as people get older, forgetful, number one, but also, you know, having a new sheet of paper that they've never seen before they have to fill out, sometimes just need help. So you help them with that. So can you think of other things that food, housing,
Transportation.
transportation?
Transportation is
That would be a big
very
one.
big
That's
issue.
a
That
big
would be a
one,
big
too.
one.
Yeah,
You know, can't get to my doctor's office.
exactly.
So you help all the seniors with that.
We have transportation programs, and we sell the bus pass at a discounted rate. We provide taxi vouchers and bus tokens.
Would you mind giving the telephone number?
It's 562-570-3533.
Okay, and we'll say it again before the program is over. But I also want to ask, now this is the facility on 4th.
Correct.
Do you have anything to do with the other facilities that are in the community that are senior centers?
We partner with a lot of them because they're part of the department. We do have meetings of trying to coordinate activities and recreation programs.
How many seniors centers are there?
There are
programs?
5 others.
And most of them are recreational.
They're all. They're all recreational facilities. So
We
'cause-
go on field trips with them.
Say it again.
We go on field trips with the other sites sometimes.
actually, we during the summer we partnered with the port, and they did a trip for us. So
Well,
Sorry.
say the telephone number again.
562-570-3533.
Well, I keep getting messages that this is wrapping up, but I think that we should talk longer because there's so many things I'd like to find out about it. But I thank you so very much for being with us. And this is a service and a program that is such an essential need for our city.
Thank
Thanks
you
so
ver-
much.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
thank you.
And thank you very much for watching. The day we've had has been very special. See you next time.